All right, guys, we are doing our very final podcast for Podcast Batching Day, and I thought we would end it with our Sparkle song. So get up and dance wherever you're watching this. Louise, we're going to groove out, baby, to this song. This is the Sparkle song. Woo!
Just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light. Just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up?
All right, sparklers, let's do it. And we're going to shine and sparkle.
Darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine, go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling.
Are you ready? Yeah, let's shine and sparkle. We're about to kick off the final Podcast Batching Day episode. Woo! There we go. Who cares if you might mess it up, right, Joyce? We are on our final episode batching day today. We have an amazing guest lined up for you. I'm so excited. My Filipino team are so excited, and we can't wait to get stuck in. Now, if you're brand new to the Sparkle world, then make sure that you let us know in the chat box that you're brand new. See, this happens on the third Friday of every month. We have Podcast Batching Day, where we bring on an amazing caliber of guests. And so far, we have had Doc Rock, the man, the sexy voice, and all. He was sharing some awesome things about live streaming. And then we also had Johan in talking about how to scale and build an empire. And next, we have Louise. Now, Louise, I am so excited to introduce you to very, very soon, because in business, I always say be rad. Be rad in business. So you want to create content that you can replicate and like duplicate and put them in all the places, right? Do it once and it's done. Second, automate. So you can save time. That's my stuff in a box. And the third one is to delegate, right? So that only you can do the things that you're good at. Now, but for those who have not joined us or missed any of the episodes today, you can go here So here actually has our calendar of events. So you never have to miss another live Sparkle event. It's training. We do boot camps and masterclasses and all sorts of great things, including podcast batching day. So make sure that if you haven't yet done so, that you go there and subscribe to the calendar, because on the calendar, you can turn it on your own Google Calendar and it'll show in your own time zone. So you never have to go Google the things. What time is it? It'll show you in your own once you actually subscribe to the calendar. All right, but let's get into today's guest. I am so excited to introduce you to our guest today. Her name is Louise Sandoval. Now, for today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to delegate or die. She is the CEO and co-founder of Smart Virtual Staff, Inc. And she helps her clients work with virtual teams, and she allows them to get back that most precious commodity, time. Now, let's make sure I'm muted over there. She's also a Kajabi nerd, just like me. So we're going to nerd out on saving time and Kajabi and all the good things. So let me introduce you to the amazing, the sensational Louise. Welcome, Louise. Hi, so happy to have you here.
Hello. Hi, Sally. Thank you so much for having me here. And to everyone watching us live, hello. I'm so excited to be, joining you today and talk about delegation. So there's a lot of things that we're going to cover today.
We are. Now, you're located in the Philippines. Yay! And,
yes.
You jumped into my team room before coming in here, and the first thing you said to me when you jumped in over here into Ecamm, you're like, I'm so excited to see that you've got Filipinos on staff.
Yes.
So, whereabouts in the Philippines are you located?
So I am in Davao City. So we are around south in the Philippines. So this is one of the biggest city as well in the Philippines. So we are all in one. Most of us are all in one location, and some are scattered around the different islands.
So many islands. Okay, so before we get stuck into today's content, I want to know a little bit about you. So tell me, how and what have you done to bring you to this point to actually have your own, business and helping people get back time?
Yes. So I'm a medical professional turned virtual assistant back in 2014 because it's so hard to find jobs over here. And when I become a virtual assistant, I worked with a pastor. He was using Kajabi. Kajabi was such a baby that time. It doesn't have all the cool features that it has right now. So all I was doing was, updating videos, text, and all that. Very simple. And then I fell in love with the platform itself because it's user friendly, and then the community itself. I could just say so much about the community, and I went on from one client to another, and then I always see that a lot of course creators, they find it hard to work with VAs because they would need different things. So say for example, one VA can only be skilled for graphic design or general admin tasks. So they will need as well video editors. And they also don't know how to work with VAs. They don't have SOPs, they don't have workflows, and how to communicate with them and how to relay what they want or, the end goal of each of their tasks. And then in 2016, I co-founded a company together with my former boss, who is also a Kajabi hero. So we co-founded a company, and then our aim was to make it easy for creator entrepreneurs to outsource and work with virtual teams.
Yes, I love that. So it's been a progression, right? You started playing around in it, and then you started bringing people together. So tell me, from what do you find is so important, why business owners should be actually delegating?
Definitely. Number one is you want to focus on your zone of genius. So as an entrepreneur, you can't do it all. You don't want to be a coach who charges $250 an hour or $500 an hour, but spends 5 hours in a Canva image. So, you should know as an entrepreneur, you should know your high dollar value task versus your low dollar value task. And if it's something that is not of your zone of genius, then it's taking so much of your time, so much of your energy, and your energy that should be spent on things that you love the most. And that's why you became an entrepreneur, to focus on things that you love and outsource the rest.
Love that. Yes, outsource, 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 delegate, delegate, delegate. And I love that how you say your zone of genius. We call it your inner sparkle here in the sparkle world. Yay! But that's right. Like, we should only be doing the things that, if done well, take our business forward, and we should outsource and automate everything else. And I'm sure when we start, we need to wear all the hats, or we feel like we need to wear all the hats. However, when you outsource to somewhere like yourself, with the Filipino VAs especially, we have 3 of them on staff. And one, I love the culture. Like, we're very similar. The way we love our families and our values are so much the same. But for somebody who lives in Australia or America or Canada, when they're starting out, they can't afford local staff. Whereas, your costs are much lower, but you're also, you've got a whole team of experts there, right, that can help you. Tell me more about that, how you've kind of brought together these groups of people that can assist people and their businesses.
So it started out me trying to train my sister because she wanted to be a virtual assistant as well. And I was getting a lot of things on my plate working with my former boss. And I was like, hey, I think I would love to train my sister so that she could assist me, because I'll be training her with all just the simple things around Kajabi, creating Canva images and all that. And then it went on that I trained another person, and then I trained another person. So I taught them how to use Kajabi, and then Canva and all the things that needed, when you're, working on landing pages, products. And then we went on to podcasts as well, video editing, because I didn't know how to do video editing. So we hired a video editor, podcast editor. We even got my husband on the team as well to edit videos for us. So it was like, we're trying to get everybody on board. And then we started with 5 people, and then now we are around 60 plus. So there are 60 virtual assistants in our team, working with different clients. So they're all, familiar with Kajabi. Most of them work with coaches, course creators as well. And they know, how to work with these creative entrepreneurs or these creator entrepreneurs, and they're, how to get aligned with them. So it started from just one person, and then one person leveled up and upskilled, and now that person is training other team members as well. So our culture here at Smart Virtual Staff is actually growth. So we want each of us to grow in the company and not just settle for less or just remain on where they are. We want them to get out of their comfort zone, go to the courage zone until that they are the best person that they can be.
That's so beautiful that you're inspiring them to continue to level up, and they're all teaching each other as well and inspiring each other to level up. And it sounds like an amazing community that you've created within your staff of 60 plus. Wow, that is so cool. Do you have a main office that they all hang in as well? Do you get to meet up, or are they spread out all over the Philippines?
Well, we do have an office here, so we do, hang out. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're watching this live stream as well. Yay! So
say hi, say hi.
Hey everyone, I'll be there. I know it's Friday night; it's karaoke night later.
Oh, what? You play karaoke with them? I'm coming. You put me in.
So yeah, we do have we have food. Our clients do send us hey guys, I want to treat your team to a Korean barbecue. So they would send us gifts and money, and then we eat out. And it's just, I want to build that culture that wherein it's not just, we're working together. We want to make sure that we're also learning together, growing together as a team. Because I believe that I can't just do this alone without my whole team. Like there's so much in there. And also with our clients, like we consider a client as our teammates as well.
Yeah. I see Mar here is excited about the karaoke night. Are we going to have to bring that into the sparkle world maybe, ladies? Looks like a few of your
Filipinos
people.
are all about karaoke.
Yeah, looks like a few of your people are definitely joining us on the live stream. I love that. Okay, and the other thing that I love is that you've kind of niched as well who you choose to work with. So creators, course creators, Kajabi, kind of staying within that niche, because then you're really building a culture, and rather than like helping and serving everybody, which so many people try to do, especially in the VA space, you're trying to be quite specific. So how has that helped with your business growth, like niching it to that?
It has helped me very much in aligning, with clients, and also making sure that we're comfortable working with them. It has helped me as well creating templates and workflows and introducing the industry to my team, because there are a lot of ways that virtual assistants can work with clients in the United States. There are a lot of industries, but I saw that there's a need for the course creation industry or coaches, and the creative entrepreneurs for virtual assistants. And it has helped me, number one, to work with my avatar, and that I am aligned with them, because I know like how they work, what they want, what is their end goal, and it's just so easy, and everything is replicatable when you niche down. So like now that we know, like when a client says like, okay, I need a webinar, so, oh yeah, we have a system for that. We have a whole workflow for that. And then my team would just replicate the whole thing that we did for another client, or how it worked with another client. So it's just so easy and makes our lives easier, and it's just less stress, because we want to make sure that, we are at our best, or our 100% best with our clients.
Yes. Well, that's it. When you niche down and you get more specific, and like, I love that everything's replicatable then, right? Because once you've done it
Yep.
once, you can tweak it and make it a little better, but you don't have to do that big initial building thing again. I mean, you're helping the same people as us, but a very complementary business. And we're definitely going to have to talk more after this interview of more collaborations for us. I definitely see on the horizon. All right. So lots of people think to themselves, like, I want to hire and I want to outsource, but they're not sure when they should do it. So when do you think business owners should actually start to outsource?
If you're someone who's new to the space, or just starting out your business, first I need you to list down four things in categories. Number one, your can do. So things that you can do, like maybe setting up a landing page in Kajabi. Pretty sure that everybody can do that, because Kajabi is very very user friendly. And then second category will be your can do, but you don't really have to be doing this. So you think that you can do it, but you don't want to be spending your time on it a lot more, or your energy on it. And then the third one is your can't do, things that you really can't do. So say for example, editing a video or editing a podcast. And then the fourth one should be you're the only things that you can only do, like showing up for a podcast interview, or doing the webinar itself, talking to your clients, or creating your online course. So those four categories will help you assess if it's time to outsource. If you have a lot of things in your can't do, then it's time for you to outsource, because you want to launch your business, but you're stuck because, oh, I can't do this, I don't know how to create, set up a product in Kajabi, I don't know how to connect my domain and all that, and you feel like you don't have all the time to learn all those things, because you really want to launch right away. So start outsourcing as soon as possible, if you think that you have a lot of your can't do list. And also if it matches as well of the things that you can do but you don't really have to, because you don't have the time. Because a lot of course creators, they also have like they still have their 9 to 5 jobs. They want to exit from their traditional job and be a full-time creator. So yeah, that's how I see it. And if you're if you're ready, then you have all those lists in your hand, then find the right people or team or person to outsource them. So you know already, like, oh, I need a video editor, I need a podcast editor, social media person. So it's easy for you to find these people if you have that list.
Yes. I love how you broke it down into those four major categories. I mean, the one that I always say is only do the things that only you can do, right? And that's, like you
Yep.
said, showing up for podcast, doing the sales calls until you can hire a sales team. You know, no one can sell like you in your business. And better that, be doing those like income producing activities and the things that only you can do, and outsource posting on social media, checking your emails, and all of those very low income producing or low value. Not that we don't value our VAs, but they don't make you money where you could be doing a sales call and closing a $5,000 or $10,000 client versus checking emails. And I think having
Yeah.
those four categories, what you can do but don't really want to do, we all have those. And then the can't do's, those can't do's, they slow down progress. You might think, oh, I'm spending money delegating, but think about the time wasted trying to figure it out all by yourself, or stuck in YouTube for hours, where you could just outsource it and be done. And then you can get back to doing more of what it is that will help grow and scale your business. So now, when it comes to actually choosing the right person, so, some people get on, some don't, values match and some don't. What are some tips that you could share when it comes to actually, when they're starting to think now about outsourcing, what would be some tips in finding the right employees?
Yes. So if you're looking for someone or just one person, there are, highly recommended job platform sites that you can search or post, put a job post. So like LinkedIn, onlinejobs.ph, that's the, best place to go if you're looking for like your direct or your own VA, or if you're looking to outsource to agencies. There are a lot of agencies like my agent, like the agency that I have as well. So we are more of a managed outsource team. So define like what VA that you need, or do you need a whole team to work with you. So another thing is know what type of person, or if they have the values that you have as well. It's very important for me as well to work with people that you're aligned with, so that you're not wasting the whole time of training this person, and then you realize that this person is not aligned with my business or with my values. And then do a tech. I always recommend to my clients, if they're trying to outsource directly to VAs, that they do a test project first. So do a test project, see if you like their output. You can do a paid test project, by the way, with freelancers or virtual assistants. So do a paid one, and then see if you like it. And then if you like it, then that's a good candidate. And also make sure that you have a really great hiring process. And even before you try to find a virtual assistant or a whole team, set up your or organize your files. So like you have a folder for all your brand assets, a folder for your photos, maybe a folder as well for like what your business is about. And then also maybe mini SOB, things that they need to learn about you, how you work, and how you would like to be communicated, so that you're ready. And when you onboard that person, then it's not a lot of work, and also that they are readily familiar with your processes. And if you want to outsource overseas, like in the Philippines, then you need to know, like, that there are different things in the Philippines going on. So you need to be aware as well that we have power outages here. We don't have the best internet connection, and but they are very hardworking people. So try to do some research as well if you're trying to hire overseas, and looking to onboard a full-time person, because you will not only be investing money when you're hiring, you'll be investing the time. So you're investing training them, getting them to know your business, your voice, and your style. And the last thing I would be giving is that when you're hiring, when you're doing or finding a VA, then make sure that they are on camera, that they can show themselves as well when you're doing the interview, so that you'll be secured that this is a real person, and then they are who they are when when they are applying for the job.
I think, yeah, that's super important. That's one thing we've always done is interview on camera, and also to make sure that, English speaking skills are good. May not need to actually like communicate to clients, but at least we can communicate well with ourselves. And to those listening, I think this is a really, really important point that Louise made, was get them to do a test project. See how fast they work, if they're smart enough to figure it out themselves, and pay them. Pay them for that time. Pick a project that you can go on and use. And I think that that's super important. That's something that we learnt, was having that test project, but something that's usable as well, because you are paying them for their time, but it gives you a bit of an idea. What if they hire somebody and it's not a good fit? What would you say to, because it can be scary when you first start outsourcing and maybe not getting a good fit. What are some things to kind of look out for in regards to when you're trying to find, like you said, values? How would you test for something like that?
Number one is learn how they communicate with you. Like, are they updating you daily with the tasks that they are doing? How are they with comprehension as well? Or like when you're giving instructions, are they trying to figure it out themselves, or are they just waiting for you to give a more comprehensive instruction? Another thing is know their background. So like when you're doing the interview, like know if they're living with family, like their beliefs, if they're familiar as well with what you do. Know their strengths as well. So you try to get to know them in a personal level, so that you can you see if like, oh, this person is aligned with me, or like I think I'm comfortable working with her, and she's or him, she's really communicative, like she can work with other team members as well. And also their like weaknesses, like what are they not good at? So if they're not good at graphic design, or if they're not good at with video editing, so when you're doing the interview, try to get to know them, like how they are and how they also ended up working as a virtual assistant, because there's a lot of stories that you can hear from that.
That's really brilliant. Yes, find out about the history and why they've chosen to be a virtual assistant. I mean, I'm just in the process of trying to find a housekeeper, and I want to know why. Why do you want to clean? I definitely don't want to wake up and clean, but some people wake up in the morning and are excited about it. And the fact that, your VAs have that support network around them as well, where they're all helping and teaching each other, because there are some VAs out there that are literally, working at home and they don't have that support network, which I think what you've created in your community, because we're huge on community, I think it's such a beautiful thing where, you're focused on growth and helping and supporting all of those people. And also the weaknesses. What are they not good at? We actually call it, I want to help like you find your inner sparkle, that area you like to work in. I want my VAs to be working in their zone of genius, and then plug them with plug other holes with other staff that fill the gaps. I mean, we've all got to, right, sometimes do the things we don't want to do, but until we can hire somebody else in that position. But yeah, there was one thing that I had from a mentor once, I think it was Shalene Johnson, said, hire slow, fire quick. Yeah. You've got to give them time to learn, but you can already tell when people are making mistakes very early on. Like we did hire one VA. She was in my inbox deleting emails, important emails. We're like, yeah, fire quick. You can't, that's money in there. But she was never trained properly as a VA. All right. So I totally forgot to put up our topic at the bottom, because we are talking about delegate or die. That was your topic. It's a great topic. And like for somebody like yourself, like with a team, what sort of things do you delegate as now a business owner, entrepreneur yourself?
Yes. So it was quite a story as well. Because the first time that I delegated or like I hired my own assistant was just in 2020. When I was running the business when we were like just around 20 team members. I was doing everything. I was doing the sales call. I was training people as well. I was doing putting all our spreadsheets for our finances doing projection for our next year. And then it came to me like, why am I promoting outsourcing when I'm not delegating myself? So I hired my first assistant, and I experienced myself like, oh my god, it's so hard to delegate all the things that you got used to doing yourself, like responding to emails. That was number one that I had to delegate, because I don't want to be spending my whole or my half of the day responding to clients, responding to requests for interviews, and also trying to figure out time zones when booking a call. So that was very hard for me, because like we work with clients on different time zones, especially in the US. We had to convert it and try to figure out a time. So when I hired my first virtual assistant, I had her do my emails. I created a workflow for her, a system, and then also when she got used to the different types of emails that I got, I had her respond to all of my emails. So it's so refreshing to wake up with zero inbox. Like I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love this. And then the next one was managing our social media and managing my social media, because I don't want to be spending as well a lot of time in social media. So I have them post content on our Instagram account, Facebook, respond to inquiries. And then the next one was HR. So I was very picky with the people that I onboard with my team, because I need to know like who they are, what their story is, and how teachable they are. And then we onboarded a human resource person, so now he is responsible for you know uh, team issues, and then also hiring a new team member or giving them orientations and all that. I was doing all of those myself. And then next was promoting our billing manager to CFO. So now he is the one who manages all of our finances, projections, and all that. And the only part that I haven't outsourced yet or delegated yet is doing the sales call, because I know my team best and I love doing sales call. I love meeting with with our clients and new clients, and now it feels so good that I've delegated all those parts in what I do back in before, and that's how I scaled my team as well to 60. Because when I started delegating that, I had more time as well to talking to new clients, and then my HR was responsible of getting in new team members. So that's how we've grown. And back in the day, I felt like I was so overwhelmed, but right now I feel that we could be at a higher level, because I was able to delegate all the things that I know that I can do all of those, but I don't have to be wearing all the hats in the business. And now I'm
Yes.
only responsible with strategy. I'm only responsible with the vision and holding on to that vision.
Yes. I Hearing you say that, how hard it was to delegate, I had the same problem, because when you do all the things and you're good at doing all the things, sometimes it's like it feels like I could just do it faster. I'll just do it, right? But
Mhm.
a little bit like now, the chef that doesn't cook at home. You were like that. You're like helping people to outsource and delegate, but you weren't doing it for yourself. And same like with I used to love building all the automations and everything. Now I don't like to do that at home. I love to help other people and delegate it. But I don't want to be building them anymore. I love to come up with the idea now on how to do it and to fix the problems that people can't work out themselves. But I don't want to be building anymore. And we've outsourced to do that. But it's a great topic. We could talk about this for a really long time, to inspire other people to outsource. One of our clients who wasn't making any money in her business yet decided to outsource. And she was like, wow, I have all this time now. I don't have to post on social media. I don't have to check my DMs. I don't have to make the graphics. And now she spends the time going out and finding collaborators, doing the sales calls, the thing that's actually going to make her money. And even though she wasn't making money in her business yet, she got the idea, like, just do it. If you can afford to do it, do it. And they don't have to be full time, right, when they start.
Yeah.
Yeah, just even 10 hours a week, something like that will give you back more time than you can even imagine. It's I mean, such a great topic. And I love that you're in the Philippines, because that's where I started with all of my hiring too. It was a nice sort of soft, way to get in. It wasn't too expensive. I have found companies, however, that don't pay their people properly, and we stay away from those companies. And because we've used other companies to hire VAs in the past, and they don't pay their people well. And I think they don't even get paid compared to what we get paid. I know expense and cost of living over there is less, but there are some companies that don't. And I like what you do with the whole culture and making sure everyone's well cared for. So, yeah. And I had stalked your company a couple of times thinking, should I reach out? And because we were introduced through Megan, right? And Megan, who works on our team, and she said she'd interviewed you and you're amazing. And I'm like, oh, yay, I'd love to get you in. And then I found out, like, some of my VAs had been stalking you. So, yay. That's really cool. All right, so we love to do some sparkly type questions as well. It's a little bit more off topic. So I would like to ask you, with for you personally, for somebody who is, thinking of, starting a business like yours, what would be some advice that you would give to people who are thinking about stepping into this kind of service-based business?
Number one would be niching down. So, I myself know that there's a lot that my team can do, and there's a lot of people that we can onboard and specific expertise. But niching down will really help you streamline your business. Back in the day, because we do actually like WordPress, ClickFunnels, Go High Level, we do Shopify, we do all of those platforms. But it backfired on us because, like, when that specific person is not available or our project managers are not knowledgeable about the platforms, it ends up that we have to refund the client. We would not perform at our best. There's nobody to escalate it to. So it was hard. So niching down is very important, and know what your expertise are. So knowing that, I'm really good at ClickFunnels. So try to find clients, just within ClickFunnels first. And then if you think that, you want to level up or add another service, try to find another person who is good at it. I think that's how you would start at, around it. And then make sure that you have workflows. So workflows are for, I'm a very big fan of SOPs. I'm a very big fan of workflows, and because it just makes your life easier, and that you make things that are replicatable as well to your team members, so that you don't have to be spending all the time trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to make them understand. And when you're in the service-based business, make sure that you are authentic as you are. So like back in the day, I would be very shy to tell clients that, I'm from the Philippines and all that. But I didn't know that they love Filipino people. And right now, like, I show them if we're struggling, like, there was a time last year that we didn't have any internet connection. There were a lot of power outages. So I tried to communicate with them that we are human too. That we're not just here to work with you guys. We are we experience a lot of things in here, and being authentic as a service provider allows you to build that relationship with your clients.
Yeah, that niching down in a service-based business, like, I was the same. We used to help with lead pages, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Keep, ActiveCampaign, like all the things, right? And as soon as I said, these are the 4 pieces of software that we're going to use, Kajabi, Keep, Acuity, and Canva, right? Everyone uses Zapier because you have to, right? It's part of the deal. But those 4 pieces of main pieces of software, all of a sudden our business started to grow, because we weren't trying to serve every type of funnel builder out there. We specifically said, hey, if you want someone to use ClickFunnels, we know it, but we won't teach it. go find somebody else. That's when we got really niched, and that's when our business exploded, when I finally just stuck to a few pieces of software. So I think, as a service-based business, and the way you've niched it to even like the type of client and the software, I think that that's fabulous. Okay, so tell me, what are 3 people that have helped you, inspire you to be where you are today?
Number one, can I mention names?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, number one would be that would be she's a client of ours first, but then she became my coach. So her name is Jennifer Gutermur. So she was I'm really grateful for her, because back in around 2018, 2019, I didn't know how to find clients. I didn't know how to build that relationship. But she has taught me. When I met her and she became a client, it was really good, because like we became instantly connected, and I had so much things in my plate that I didn't know, and I didn't know how to talk to people as well. Like, she trained me in that end, and then I joined her coaching group, and then on I learned so much, and then that inspired me, to be a better person, and to show up every day for my team and my clients. The
So
next person
good.
would be my co-founder. His name is Greg Todd. He has taught me how to be in business as well. So like it's just so amazing that I worked for him before, but he wanted me to live a life that I dreamed of. So I hope that Greg will be listening to this. So it's a big shout out to him, because he wanted me to have the best life that I could be. Because we worked together. There were times that we didn't have a sale when he was he was doing his courses and his coaching. And then the third person would be I would say it would be my team. It's not just one person; it would be my team. They inspire me every day. Every
Yes.
day I would have those times like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't. I just want to go into the mountains and be with cows and all that, or I want to go abroad. Like, it could be overwhelming at times when you're a service provider. Like, there are
Yeah.
things that maybe one team member made a mistake, or like things are not working, Kajabi is down, you can't figure out some things. There are times it's so overwhelming that I'd like to give up, but when I look at my team, and I see them, they have grown so much when they started out with Smart Virtual Staff. They really inspire me every day to show up, because like, just by knowing their story, I would say that if it wasn't for us meeting, I don't know where they would be right now. Like, I'm yes, there's just so much with Filipinos, especially during the pandemic, that we opened up to many virtual assistants as well that needed help. And knowing where they are, even if they're not working with Smart Virtual Staff anymore, and knowing that they have gone and upskilled and up level, and knowing that they have been growing as a virtual assistant, that makes me so proud. I know that there are virtual assistants who have been with us like around 2016, and now I've seen them like working with big coaches. They're working with course creators. That makes me so proud, because I know that they have learned at Smart Virtual Staff, and that's a really big thing for me.
Yes. And the culture and what you've created kind of ripples on out through your team. When you talk about your team, I'm the same. I was live the other day thanking my team, and I started crying.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I
teary-eyed
love them,
right.
right? I love them so much, and I wouldn't be here without my team. And like, I don't cry very easily, but I started and I could feel it in my throat, and then it started coming because, I think when like my team are my best clients, because I try hard to love on them, allow them to find their inner sparkle, and all of that as well. And you getting a coach, amazing. Everybody should have one. Everyone should have a coach if they're a business owner. I think it's so important. I put budget in my business away to hire a coach every year, whether it's the same one or a different one. There might be somebody that I've always wanted to work with, and as I've grown, like my first coaches were like only $2,000, and now I can afford more expensive coaches, but I've always had a coach, right? I think it's so important that everybody has one, especially as a business owner, because we don't know what we don't know, and we do need an outside eye to look in and give us advice. So yeah, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, even as a service providing business, you have a coach. I think that, goes to show the power of coaching and that you can grow the business that you've created. All right, my final question for you is, what about books? Are you a reader or a listener? Do you listen to audio or do you read books?
I'm a very big book, or I'm a very book person. I'm a
Yeah.
bookworm. So if you, because I know my team is watching, like they know, because all of my books are in the office. I put it in the office, so they know like
So-
how many books that we have in there.
Yeah. So,
So,
what would be
yeah,
like the three, like the biggest books that you've read that has had a big influence on your life, whether it be business or life? What would be the top three, do you think?
I'm trying to think what would be the top three. Number one would be the 4 hour work week, because that explained a lot to me about working smart and what is the new rich, like
Yeah.
how important is time for you. Number two is Atomic Habits by
Yes.
James Clear. So it's a very important, like, how to build that habits, because I myself, like, it's so hard for me to build a habit. So I learned a lot from James Clear. And then third would be the Red Book of Sales by Jeffrey Gutermur. Actually, he is Jennifer Gutermur's husband, and
Okay.
that changed.
I'm going to have to write that one down. I haven't read that one. What was it again?
The Red Book of Sales by
Okay.
Jeffrey Gutermur.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about sales, like, just
Good.
read all of Jeffrey's books, listen to his podcasts, try to listen to his he has reels as well.
Yep.
So like on Instagram, he teaches more about sales
Yes.
and how to find clients, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I could name a lot of books, but
I
those
know.
are my top
Top
three.
three today, anyway, right? Today.
Yeah.
It changes all the time. I know. I'm reading one at the moment called The Messy Middle. Have you read that one?
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't. First time I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's so good. It popped up in a conversation with somebody the other day, and I'm like, oh, but it's really good. It's not, you start a business, all exciting, you finish a job, it's all like great, but all that messy stuff in the middle and getting systems and processes set up and all of that. So yeah, that's the one I'm listening to. I'm a listener. I'm listening to The Messy Middle at the moment. So I'm loving it. I recommend. Still got
I
many
gotta
hours
check
to
that
listen
out.
to, but yeah, really, really good one. Yes. Oh, one of your staff is saying, haha, yeah, our shelves in our office are occupied by lots of your books. That's so good.
Yes.
And, you're leading by example there, right? You're showing up the way you want your people to show up as well. And reading and educating yourself is so important. Now, my team who are listening to this right now or watching this right now, I've totally forgotten the final question for the last two interviews today. I realized that I forgot to ask, but we have a question or a sentence we like our guests to answer, and I totally forgot for the last two guests. But the sentence I want you to fill in is, hi, my name is Louise and I sparkle because, and then fill in the blanks.
Wow. Hi, my name is Louise. I sparkle because I am myself.
Yes, authentically you and beautiful. That's right, Ma. Never stop improving. Thank you, Ma is saying it's okay that I forgot that question. Thank you, Ma. It's been a fabulous interview with you. I've really loved it. I would love to chat to you more about some collaboration work, and we can do that behind the scenes later on. But thanks for sharing. And now, if people want to find out more about you, stalk you on the socials, or learn more about your business, where would you recommend that they go?
Well, you can connect with me on Facebook. You can easily find me, Louise Sandoval, or if you're in the Kajabi community, you can find me there. And on Instagram as well, I can, we show our behind the scenes in the office. You can see us always eating, always going out, but we do a lot of work. And that's Smart Virtual Staff and Louis Sandoval. You can easily find me, and you can go to our website www.smartvirtualstaff.com. So you can find what we do, who we are, and who how we work with our clients as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I definitely want to pick your brain some more in the background. I think that your service could be extremely valuable to our clients as well. But we'll chat about that in the dark when we stop. Awesome, guys. Well, for everybody who has tuned in and watched today's episodes, we have had some amazing guests today. We had Doc Rock on, and we also had Johan and Louise. I mean, like, seriously, the lineup today was amazing. Thank you to Mar, our amazing podcast manager, and also to Joyce for all the fabulous graphics and for constantly reminding me to, Sally, do your stories in between each of the episodes. I love you, ladies. Thank you so much. And together, you are just a great duo, I have to say. Now, we do this every Friday, not every Friday, every third Friday of the month. We have a podcast episode where you can come in and you can join us live, and we stream out live on YouTube. It's the one we go to. If you would like to make sure you get notifications for YouTube, then all you need to do is just head to let me show you where, go to the calendar and subscribe, because that calendar there will allow you to make sure that you don't just get invites to our special podcast batching days every month, but all the other trainings and things that we run as well. But I mean, it's been a fabulous day. We've had some awesome guests live. Now, these episodes also, they go out onto all of the podcast places, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, I mean, all the things, right? We're out there but they will get edited, right? So these podcast episodes will get edited down, and they also, we don't just have interviews. So in between the interviews, we also do, I think, 2 or 3 other episodes every single week. So you can just go and search Straight Talk with Sally, and we have lots of other sales and marketing tips that we share on our podcast, as well as slip it in the interviews in between all the other episodes. I need to check with Mar how many episodes a week we put out, but it's at least 3 to 4 episodes a week. So you want to go and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast, right? Like, hit the subscribe button, download any of the cool episodes that you like as well, because it will help to push out the message. And we are all about good karma. We love to give great content around sales and marketing so that you can actually use actionable tips and implement into your business. And that's over on the podcast, as well as all the other socials that we hang out. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button, because it actually makes like fun things come up on my screen. So while I'm live, so if anyone's out there watching over on YouTube right now, like, hit subscribe. I know there's a bit of a delay, but fun things come up on the screen when you hit subscribe. Just saying. Awesome. All right, we'll wait and see if anyone's going to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I can see a few of you over there. Yeah, there's probably a 30-second delay. But we will be back, as always, on our live stream we do every Tuesday. So if you've loved today, we also do a weekly live every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Melbourne time, or smart people Google. You can find your own time zone. And when you come across, we do interviews, and we also teach on sales, marketing, automation. As well as that, we also do live Q&A. So you'll see some of our clients jumping in where we're doing live coaching in there. So if you want to binge that, that's also over on our YouTube channel as well. You can binge some of those live sessions that we do most Tuesdays. Depends, right? What's happening in Sally's world. There is usually one day a month we don't do it because we're teaching on that day. Anyway, guys, it's been a fabulous time. Thank you so much to our amazing guest. Thank you, Louise. Yeah, well, now we're going to rock on out to some music to end out our podcast batching day together.
I will not bow down. Keep putting me off, I'm not gonna change my mind. Your headstrong forward, but this time around I'm taking my time. Don't push me, I'm not coming down, I'm not giving up. Oh, don't rush me, I made up my mind, going straight to